Well, this is what I have now. I tried this motor controller, and I couldn't get it to work. So I got the chips for this one, the new chip. I got 3 of them. So I put the new chip in there, the chip card, and it didn't seem to help. So I'm thinking that the board itself is bad. Something on the board. So what I did was I couldn't get it from where I usually get it because it was out of stock. So I found on eBay somebody else who had it, and of course it was a couple bucks more, but I went ahead and ordered one because I got three of the chip cards, but I think the board is bad. And like I said before, I ordered 3 of these. I have them, and I have the chips, but I don't think these chips are the same as these chips. But anyway, I was looking at this board, and when it was in the unit, I tried to get it to work, and it didn't work. So what I did was I separated all this stuff from the unit, and I made it independent of any other possible wires or anything that might not make it work. And I have the unit up here. It's on top of my computer because it's about the only place I got where I can put stuff right now. So I'm waiting for that other board to come in. And I tried this like I did on one of my earlier videos all by itself, and it didn't work. So I'm waiting for the other board to come in, and I basically just put it aside, and there's really nothing more I can do with it right now. So I started working on, I had this idea for this printer stand for my filament. You know, I wanted to do something because I noticed that on the that other thing I printed, that other box, it had some separation in it, and I used a brand new roll, and you know, these new rolls are heavy. When you use the old roll, it's not heavy. But anyway, I had this idea. Well, actually, I didn't have much of an idea. I just wanted to use the parts I had, so I had to come up with an idea. And this is about the best one I could come up with. So I got here is a little plate. It's got a couple of screws on each side, and I got this, I don't know what you call it, this channel. It's like, well, it's like a square, but it's only half of it. I'm not familiar with the what you call this. But anyway, I had a piece that was here to here and twice as long as this. So you know, rather than cut it to the right size, you see the gap I got here. Rather than cut it to the right size, instead of making, you know, 2 or 3 cuts, I just cut it in half. So it's a lot longer than it has to be, but it still serves the purpose. So I got 2 of those, and I got this it's like an axle with the bearings. See, I had these bearings, and I was going to order different bearings, but I already had these, so I thought, well, I'll just use these. And I made a little saddle for them. You see, I got a little clearance cut out there, and I made this little saddle, and it bolts into this plate. This piece here is just clearance. Then this little U shape in here is what houses the bearing. This bearing just slips on there. Got this little spacer. I mean, it's just a piece of tubing. Then this is just a rod that fits in there. It was 1/2 inch. And I just turned it on the ends for the bearings. And this is just a spacer. Fits in that hole. Just takes up that space there. That's about it. I mean, it's pretty simple. But it's going to help because, like I said, when you get a full roll of this stuff, it gets pretty heavy. And the other one I got, it's just got a rod that runs through here, and this just kind of rotates on the rod, and there's no bearings in there at all. And I thought, well, this would be a lot better. So I just kind of threw it together, and that's what we ended up with. Shaft, a couple of bearings. I mean, the bearings could be any size. Just make this hole any size. And it's just a bushing in there. And this is just a spacer to take up any extra slop. That way these, you know, these bushings didn't have to, you know, you don't have to make them super long, just long enough to fit in there, and then, you know, just put the little spacer on the end. Whoops. And it's pretty sturdy. Gonna take a lot to tip that over. All right. Just wanted to throw that out there.